Not all mushroom varieties behave exactly the same after cooking. Thicker, meatier mushrooms like portobello or shiitake can have more places for bacteria to hide than thinner varieties like enoki or button mushrooms. But all types undergo protein breakdown and can harbor bacteria, so similar precautions apply regardless of the type. Understanding how mushrooms change after cooking helps you make informed choices about your leftovers. Knowledge about food safety becomes increasingly important as we age, when our body's natural defenses against foodborne illness naturally weaken. Being careful with how you handle mushrooms is a simple step that can help protect your health and comfort. Now let's examine our final food, one that many people don't realize requires special handling. This last item might be surprising because it's something many of us enjoy regularly, but it needs particular attention when it comes to storage and reheating. Seafood. Why once is enough? That leftover fish in your refrigerator might be much riskier to reheat than you realize. I learned this the hard way after getting sick from reheated salmon. I thought I had done everything right. I had refrigerated it promptly and reheated it thoroughly. But I didn't understand the science behind why seafood needs special handling. Seafood is highly nutritious but also extremely perishable compared to other protein sources. Fish and shellfish are packed with high-quality protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and important vitamins and minerals. These nutrients support heart health, brain function, and may help reduce inflammation. For seniors looking to maintain their health, seafood seems like an excellent choice. And it is, when it's fresh. The problem begins after cooking. Fish and shellfish contain proteins that break down quickly after cooking, creating compounds that can cause digestive problems. These proteins are more delicate than those in beef or chicken and start to degrade almost immediately after cooking, even when refrigerated properly. This breakdown changes the texture of the seafood, making leftover fish dry and crumbly or shrimp rubbery when reheated. This texture change signals chemical changes affecting how your body responds to the food. The breakdown products from seafood proteins can be difficult to digest, especially for older adults whose digestive systems are already less efficient. This often leads to stomach discomfort, gas, bloating, or other digestive symptoms. Seafood also naturally contains bacteria like Vibrio that multiply rapidly at room temperature. When seafood is cooked initially, most bacteria are killed, but any survivors can multiply very quickly, doubling in as little as 15 minutes. This rapid growth means that seafood left out briefly can develop dangerous bacterial levels. The FDA recommends storing seafood below 40 degrees Fahrenheit to slow bacterial growth. When not cooled quickly after cooking, bacteria can produce histamine and other toxins that cause scombroid poisoning, particularly in fish like tuna, mackerel, mahi-mahi, and sardines. These fish contain high histidine levels, which bacteria convert to histamine, a toxic compound. Scombroid poisoning mimics allergic reactions, causing flushing, headache, itching, rash, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps within minutes to hours after eating contaminated fish. These toxins are completely heat-resistant. Once formed, no amount of reheating makes the seafood safe. You can't detect histamine by sight, smell, or taste, and cooking won't destroy it. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to these toxins. As we age, our bodies process toxins less efficiently. Our kidneys and liver don't function as well, allowing toxins to remain longer and cause more severe symptoms. For older adults, reactions can be dangerous. Symptoms like diarrhea and vomiting quickly lead to dehydration, a serious concern for seniors. Recovery from food poisoning takes longer as we age, potentially extending what might be a brief illness for younger people into a week-long ordeal for someone over 60. Many mistake a strong fishy smell as normal in leftover seafood, when it's actually a warning sign. Fresh fish should have only a mild sea odor. That strong smell in aging fish is trimethylamine, produced as fish breaks down. If your leftover fish develops a strong smell, it's no longer safe to eat, even after reheating. Shellfish like shrimp, crab, and lobster spoil even faster than fish because their flesh contains more moisture and nutrients that bacteria thrive on. Time and temperature control are crucial for seafood safety. The longer seafood sits at room temperature, the greater the risk. Even refrigerated, seafood's safety clock ticks faster than for other proteins. While cooked chicken might keep for 3 to 4 days, seafood should be consumed within 1 to 2 days of cooking. Proper storage helps reduce risks by slowing bacterial growth and protein breakdown. Store cooked seafood in shallow containers for quick, even cooling. Keep your refrigerator at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Consider placing seafood on ice in the refrigerator for extra cold storage. Freezing leftover seafood is better than refrigerating if you won't eat it within a day, as freezing halts bacterial growth, though quality will decline. After my bout with reheated salmon, I've completely changed how I handle seafood. I now plan meals to cook only what we'll eat in one sitting. For leftovers, I either freeze them immediately or use them in cold dishes like seafood salad the next day, avoiding reheating entirely. This approach lets me enjoy seafood's health benefits while minimizing risks. For those over 60, extra caution with seafood makes sense given our bodies don't recover from foodborne illness as quickly. This doesn't mean avoiding seafood, just enjoying it fresh when possible and handling leftovers carefully. The safest approach: cook only what you'll eat immediately, cool leftovers quickly, store properly, and consume within 1 day or freeze them. Now that we've covered all 7 foods, let's look at the safety steps you can take to stay safe while still enjoying your favorite foods. Wondering if you need to give up leftovers entirely? Good news! These simple steps will keep you safe without wasting food. You don't have to throw away all your leftovers or cook fresh meals every day. With a few changes to how you handle food, you can enjoy the convenience of leftovers while protecting your health. Food safety works like wearing a seatbelt. Simple actions that protect you from serious harm. The steps below are easy to follow and don't require special equipment or complicated procedures. Essential food safety steps for leftovers. 1. Follow the 2-hour rule. Refrigerate all leftovers within 2 hours of cooking. 1 hour if the room is above 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Bacteria double their numbers every 20 minutes in the danger zone, between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. What starts as a few bacteria can grow to thousands or millions in just 2 hours. 2. Refrigerate food promptly. Don't wait for food to cool completely. Modern refrigerators can handle warm food, and the risk of bacteria growth from leaving food out is far greater than any strain on your appliance. 3. Use shallow containers. Store food in containers no more than 2 inches deep to speed cooling. A deep container can take hours to cool in the refrigerator, keeping the center warm enough for bacteria to multiply. 4. Divide large portions. Cut large items like roasts into smaller pieces. Remove stuffing from poultry and refrigerate separately. Split big pots of soup or stew into several smaller containers. 5. Maintain proper refrigerator temperature. Keep your refrigerator at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Use a refrigerator thermometer placed in the middle of your refrigerator to verify the temperature regularly. 6. Reheat thoroughly. Heat all leftovers to 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius throughout. Use a food thermometer to verify. Simply reheating until food feels warm isn't sufficient. 7. Use appropriate reheating methods. Soups/stews/sauces. Bring to a rolling boil. Solid foods. Check temperature in several places, especially center and thickest parts. Microwave reheating. Stir halfway through and let stand 1 to 2 minutes after heating. 8. Use a food thermometer. This $10 investment could prevent serious illness. Insert it into the thickest part of food, away from bone or fat, and wait about 15 seconds for an accurate reading. Clean with hot, soapy water after each use. 9. Handle high-risk foods properly. Rice. Eat within 24 hours or freeze. Seafood. Consume within 1 to 2 days. Eggs and egg dishes. Use within 3 to 4 days. Foods with dairy/mayonnaise. Eat within 3 days. 10. Store food separately. Keep different leftovers in separate containers to prevent cross-contamination and allow you to discard spoiled items without wasting everything. Use clear containers to easily identify contents. 11. Never reheat more than once. Each reheating cycle passes food through the temperature danger zone. Divide leftovers into small portions before storing so you only reheat what you need for each meal. 12. Follow time limits. Use refrigerated leftovers within 3 to 4 days. After that, bacteria can reach dangerous levels even in properly refrigerated food. When in doubt, throw it out. Food poisoning costs more than discarded food. 13. Freeze what you won't eat soon. 4 portions you won't consume within 1 to 2 days. Freezing stops bacteria from multiplying. Label with dates and use within 3 to 4 months for best quality. 14. Thaw safely. Use the refrigerator for thawing. Never leave food on the counter at room temperature. For quick thawing, use a microwave's defrost setting. Then cook immediately. Many common kitchen practices unknowingly increase foodborne illness risk. I used to make these mistakes myself. Leaving a big pot of soup on the stove to cool before refrigeration, thinking I was doing the right thing. In reality, I was creating perfect conditions for bacteria to flourish. These guidelines are particularly important for older adults. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making us more vulnerable to foodborne illness. What might cause minor discomfort in a younger person can lead to serious complications for someone over 60. These precautions represent appropriate care based on increased risks. The key principles are simple. Refrigerate quickly, store in shallow containers, reheat thoroughly, use a food thermometer, and don't keep leftovers too long. Each step adds protection against foodborne illness. Together, they significantly reduce your risk while allowing you to safely enjoy leftover foods. Remember that appearance alone isn't always a reliable indicator of food safety. Some harmful bacteria don't change how food looks, smells, or tastes. Following these straightforward guidelines gives you confidence that your leftovers aren't just convenient and economical. They're also safe to eat. Beyond appearance. How to tell when food has gone bad. Your senses are powerful tools for detecting spoiled food, but some dangerous bacteria leave no clues you can see or smell. I used to think I could always tell when food had gone bad. If it looked okay and didn't smell terrible, I assumed it was safe to eat. I've since learned this approach can put my health at risk, especially as I get older. Many people rely on appearance, smell, and taste to determine if food is safe to eat. We check if meat has turned slimy or if milk smells sour. Most of us were taught to use these sensory clues as warning signs. This approach works for some types of food spoilage but fails dangerously in many situations. Some of the most dangerous foodborne pathogens don't change how food looks, smells, or tastes. Bacteria like Listeria and E. coli can multiply to harmful levels without causing any noticeable changes. I once ate a perfectly normal-looking pasta dish that had been refrigerated for 5 days. Despite passing my visual and smell inspection, it left me ill for days. This invisible threat becomes even more concerning as we age and our immune systems naturally weaken. The problem worsens for many older adults because our senses of smell and taste often become less sharp with age. The medications many of us take can further reduce these senses. This means you might not detect subtle changes in food that you would have noticed when younger. What once served as a warning system becomes less reliable just when you need it most. Instead of relying only on your senses, tracking time is the most reliable way to know if food is safe. Food safety experts at the USDA have established clear guidelines about how long various foods remain safe in the refrigerator. These timeframes account for invisible changes happening in your food, even when it still looks and smells fine. Use a simple labeling system for leftovers. Here's how. Take a piece of masking tape and a marker. Write the current date on the tape. Stick it on the container before placing it in the refrigerator. Some people find it helpful to also write what's in the container, especially if they use similar containers for different foods. I keep a roll of masking tape and a marker in my kitchen drawer right by the refrigerator. This makes it easy to label everything before storage. Now I don't have to wonder how long something has been stored. I just look at the date and know immediately whether it's still safe to eat. For most cooked foods, the safe time frame is 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator, regardless of appearance. This window applies to most cooked meats, casseroles, cooked vegetables, and similar foods. After this time, bacteria can multiply to dangerous levels even when food is properly refrigerated. Some foods need to be used even more quickly. Rice and seafood should be consumed within 1 to 2 days, while soups and stews can sometimes last up to 4 days. The shorter time frame for rice and seafood reflects their higher risk of bacterial growth, with Bacillus cereus spores in rice and rapid protein breakdown in seafood continuing even in the refrigerator. Foods with high moisture content generally spoil faster than drier foods. Foods with higher acidity, like tomato-based sauces, tend to last longer than low-acid foods. But even with these differences, the 3 to 4 day guideline provides a safe approach for most leftovers. Your refrigerator temperature plays a key role in food safety. Set your refrigerator at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit 4 degrees Celsius. Higher temperatures allow bacteria to grow more quickly, shortening the safe storage time for all foods. If your refrigerator runs warmer than recommended, use leftovers even faster. When storing leftovers, use clean, shallow containers that allow food to cool quickly. Cover leftovers to prevent drying and contamination. Don't stack containers of warm leftovers, as this can prevent the food in the middle from cooling quickly. Freezing halts bacterial growth but doesn't kill bacteria already present. Once thawed, these bacteria begin multiplying again. For best quality and safety, use frozen leftovers within 2 to 3 months. Always thaw them in the refrigerator, not at room temperature. Remember the food safety saying, when in doubt, throw it out. This simple phrase has saved many people from foodborne illness. If you can't remember when you stored something, it's better to discard it. The cost of replacing food is much less than the cost of getting sick, especially for older adults who might need medical care for foodborne illness. This approach actually helps reduce waste in the long run. By labeling foods and following safe time frames, you learn to prepare appropriate amounts and use leftovers before they spoil. The Food Standards Agency explicitly warns against the Sniff test for foods with a use-by date, as humans cannot detect the bacteria that cause food poisoning through smell. This is particularly significant for seniors, whose weakened immune systems make them more vulnerable to foodborne illnesses. This advice applies equally to leftovers. The absence of odor provides no guarantee of safety. Many of us grew up in households where food was kept until it showed clear signs of spoilage. Our parents and grandparents may not have had the benefit of modern food safety knowledge. Today, we understand much more about how bacteria grow in foods and the risks they pose, especially to older adults. Updating our kitchen habits based on this knowledge helps keep us healthy. Now let's wrap up with the most important things to remember about food safety. Understanding these guidelines will help you enjoy your meals without worry while protecting your health in your golden years. The simple steps we've covered today could save your life. As we get older, our bodies don't fight off germs as well as they used to. But that doesn't mean you need to worry about every meal. Food safety empowers you to protect yourself while enjoying your favorite foods. Many seniors tell me they feel more confident in the kitchen after implementing these simple practices. With just a few changes, you can dramatically reduce your risk of foodborne illness. Take control of your kitchen safety today by checking that your refrigerator stays below 40 degrees Fahrenheit and purchasing an inexpensive food thermometer. These small investments eliminate guesswork and provide peace of mind with every meal.